Hi everyone, I'm Jiwoo and here to introduce our research about clarifying the effect of non-speech sound augmentation on outdoor play of children by developing and investigating a wearable device called SoundWear. Open-ended play is a free form of play that is non-narrative and non-competitive, which used to take place outdoors. In recent years, however, there has been growing concern that children spend most of their playing time only indoors. This lack of outdoor play may deprive children of play benefits such as physical activity, social skills, and a chance to develop and share one's imaginative thinking. To leverage the opportunities of children's outdoor play, recent studies on child-centered human-computer interaction have shown increasing interest in the design of digitally augmented artifacts for physical activity, social collaboration, and creative rule-making. For example, Tilda Becker and her colleagues designed original interactive objects such as LED tube and glow step to stimulate children's social and physical interactions, and multiple other studies, including head-up games approach, have shown that pervasive technology can be integrated with outdoor play. Among the feedback modalities, we paid attention to sound. Previous studies showed that sound augmentation can function as a playful motivator that helps children in becoming more engaged, performing physical activities, and playing social games. Particularly for open-ended play, studies like Zogo and Wearable sound kits demonstrated the potential for non-speech everyday and instrumental sound augmentation as a means to enrich play experience of children. However, several research gaps exist in the use of sound interaction, such as the difficulty due to its abstractness and the fragmented sound types and interactions in such design. Most of our comparative studies between digital and non-digital play have been relatively limited because the previous evaluation of interactive objects for open-ended play has mainly focused on exploratory and iterative aspects. Regarding this background and motivation, this research aimed to verify the effects of sound augmentation on outdoor play experience of children. So we designed outdoor playthings for promoting physical, social, imaginative play benefits by using playfulness of sound augmentation and natural hands and eyes-free interaction of sound-based wearable device. Based on several design requirements, we designed SoundWear, which is a wearable device that can be worn on the wrist and allows each child to play with sounds, and a table with sound palette to serve as a hub of digitally augmented play. SoundWear user scenario has 4 phases: exploration, selection, sonification, and transmission, which allows children to explore sounds on sound palette, pick a desired sound, and generate the sound with a swing and movement, and transfer the sound between multiple devices. Four standalone SoundWear wearable devices were created, and sound palette comprised 3D printed units on a white acrylic plate. Regarding sound stimuli assigned to sound palette, we collected 39 everyday and 32 instrumental sounds in an open source sound effect library. Then, in a small workshop with children, we obtained feedback on user scenario of SoundWear and children's preference for the collected sounds. The selected everyday sounds span various sound categories such as animals, explosions, household, nature, vehicle, and weapons. The instrumental sound included the sound of different musical instruments like drum and guitar. We conducted a user study to investigate whether and how the sound augmentation of SoundWear promotes outdoor play benefits. 16 children were recruited and asked to participate as a group of 4 children. We configured 3 different experimental conditions: no sound as baseline, and everyday sound, and instrumental sound. We adopted measures from literature for several high-level categories such as type of play, social interaction, physical activity, and imaginative utterances. The play behaviors were quantified with Boris Observer on event logging software. Then we took statistical analysis through repeated measures one-way ANOVA. The qualitative thematic analysis was coded in Atlas TI. When sound augmentation was provided, new play types emerged, such as bodily play with sound using sonification, and blind tag game using sound, and pretense-related wordplay. Interestingly, children perceive the sound and combine them with play or prop differently depending on its meaningfulness. Children combine existing play types with the everyday sound by imagining associations. With instrumental sound, they focus on how the characteristic of sound modality could be used rather than what the sound actually meant, so they transparently integrate instrumental sound with existing games like tag play and dodgeball. We found that augmentation with everyday sound decreased collaborative social interaction compared with the baseline. The children expressed their satisfaction with the sound and showed general social interaction with others by sharing and recommending sound. Also, children augmented play by using sound to attract more social attention or not to attract attention in existing plays, such as tag or dodgeball. Participants were observed to display ownership of the sound that they picked and shared this ownership with other children. The shared identity from using the same sound could be used to cooperatively form teams and alliances in play. The results showed that the instrumental sound and baseline conditions had greater intense physical activity than the everyday sound condition. Light physical activity was greater with everyday sound than under the baseline condition. The children explored various postures and showed more complex and intense physical activities than simple swinging movement of SoundWear. Participants noted a sense of achievement from SoundWear and sound palette, which motivated their physical activity. Everyday sound significantly increased imaginative utterances compared with the baseline. Everyday sounds were accepted as meaningful stimuli and reminded the children of a specific object or situation. On the other hand, the instrumental sound had no particular meaning, so they were accepted as music, sound effects, or songs. The results led us to discuss three major issues and takeaways for readers. First, the design of open-ended mechanism, sound and gesture interaction in our case can remain a space for children to keep and use their inherent abilities and consequently can afford a transparent way of augmenting play. From the different results between everyday and instrumental sounds, we found that the design using feedback modalities should consider its different margin for interpretation, for understanding and cultivating children's creativity during augmented play. The empirical results suggest that embodied interaction with digital augmentation can serve as a source of self-efficacy and also can be a novel approach that differs from goal-oriented rewards. Also, the use of sound palette implies that the sense of achievement and ownership can be enhanced by giving more chances for children to explore, determine, and design interactions with technology by themselves. To summarize, our results add to the understanding on the design of interactive playthings by identifying how the specific digital features of our system contributed to the differences in the children's outdoor play. We believe that this study can contribute to the discussion on open-ended play with HCI and the use of sound augmentation and wearable accessories to enrich playful experiences. It's a pity that we cannot communicate face-to-face due to the pandemic, but I welcome any questions and suggestions, hoping that this virtual conference also can be an opportunity for greater sharing and discussion. Thank you for having interest to this research and listening so far.